Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Nerds of the Roundtable. It has been a while, that's for sure.
A while.
I don't even know what's
I'd
been
say.
going on.
I don't know.
A little bit of geek drama, I guess. Nothing crazy, but just trying to get us in the same room has been awfully difficult.
You know, those tech people, we work a lot.
Yeah,
We do crazy stuff.
and it has been snowing quite a bit in California, so it's hard to stick around on the weekends. Like Big Bear got like 2 or 3 feet over like last weekend.
We did. We went.
Yeah.
We went to... Were we in Big Bear? Where were we?
No, that was us a couple weeks ago.
That was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. No, this was like last weekend.
Oh.
Mammoth got like 6 feet.
Jeez.
Yeah. They have like 500 or 800 inches of snow. It's like, what the
Yeah, it's been raining like crazy here, too. It's like
yeah.
traveling has been difficult. There's been a lot of like flooding and all that stuff.
Yeah. So,
Surprisingly, we've been in a drought a long time. They even said, actually, after all that rain, that it's still not enough. Like for California, like we're still in a bad place
Yeah.
as far as water.
we're getting there. But we were definitely not in a drought here in Nerds of the Roundtable,
yeah.
that's for sure.
Oh, never.
Happy Friday. So today,
Terrible poor.
God, we have so much to talk about.
Terrible poor. Well, we had exciting stuff to talk about.
So we got some rumors.
God, that's
We got some new products from Razer.
Don't judge me, stream.
We
That's
got some.
terrible,
God.
terrible poor.
We can edit that out.
Yeah, I'm going to CGI this cup.
It's gonna be candy canes. Let's see here.
God, that's embarrassing. Hopefully it'll shift up a little bit.
Let's see here. A couple
Tech
new
news.
products.
Tech
Yeah.
news.
We'll get to it in a second. And then we got some big. Also, it's just so much tech news.
Nah, you know.
It's basically going to be tech news plus some debate back and forth about some new products and where we land on those. I think it'll be good.
Oh, what for?
Yeah, we'll see.
For that thing.
Oh, yeah, that thing.
Oh, that one
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So,
Yeah. Let's
join
see
us.
about that.
Join us as we dig deep into Nerds of the Roundtable.
Theme music.
Oh, yeah.
Oh god, I love that.
So good.
The head on this reminds me of like a root beer float. Like, see how bubbly it is? And,
Yeah.
Like it's not like a Guinness thickness where it's more creamy. It's like a cream, but
Bubbles.
it's very bubbly. Like,
Yeah.
it's weird.
Big bubbles.
Big bubbles. Yeah, it reminds me of like a root beer float. It's
So what
kinda
you
awkward.
drinking over there?
So it is in Anderson Valley.
Yeah, yeah.
Fixing this a little bit.
Yeah, we'll just green screen just that from the last shot to this one.
It is a Anderson Valley Bourbon Barrel Stout.
Ooh.
It's a malt beverage aged in wild turkey bourbon barrels. Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Nice.
Wild turkey. That's
Cheap.
that's some strong stuff.
That's some cheap stuff.
some strong stuff. 151 wild turkey. That is the 151 that you typically get
Yeah.
when you're not a little, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, and of course, I am drinking Stone Arrogant Bastard. Stone,
Obviously.
if you would like to sponsor us,
Like,
I will tag you and you will sponsor.
hey, Anderson Valley is also San Diego. Yeah, so we're all San Diego. I'm pretty sure they are. Let me verify that fact.
Anybody in San Diego willing to
Oh no,
sponsor
they're
us?
Boonville. Sorry,
Where's that?
Boonville. I'm not sure. I'll have to Google Maps that shit.
Oh, I had a really good one a couple of weeks ago. The Mammoth Brewing Company has a like double nut brown. That's
Ooh,
really good.
That does sound good.
Really good. So tech news.
But before
Okay.
Anderson Valley, the Boomt Amber Ale, if I can recommend it, my good friend Toph recommended that to me.
Yeah.
Crazy good.
Crazy good?
Really good. Oh yeah. I enjoy it. What you doing over there?
Boosting your gain a little bit.
Oh, thanks, guy.
Yeah, you're a little low. That's all right.
Yeah, I'm the important one here. They have to
Damn
hear
right.
me.
Well,
Eric.
I'm all up on my mic, and you're just
No,
like,
that's true.
I'm drinking. I can't be too close. I hear you. I hear
Well,
you.
you got that sweet boom arm. I have to lean into my little desktop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to jump on that.
We need some studio arms, but you know.
No. I need a studio. That's what we had to get. to.
Oh, You know,
You can spec it out.
so
I'll commission it.
good stuff. Well, that's the thing is we can just have input plates on the wall and have a DSP back in some back room.
That's true.
That'd be nice. So if you guys want to support us and be able to make our dreams come true, to make these high quality videos even higher quality, you can donate and support us on Patreon. Patreon.com/nerdspodcast. Which I
Do it.
Yeah. I think it's on our website as well. You can follow that link, at least on our Facebook.
That website is nerdspodcast.tech.
Yes.
What?
So actually,
.tech.
we have some updates shortly. We will be launching a new page within the website.
Yes, we will be.
We have a product review section where we do video reviews on YouTube for consumer and professional products.
And those will be embedded on our review page at the top too.
So basically the video will be like a quick overview highlight of the product. You can take a look, see what it looks like. And then we'll have a deep dive
Written reviews.
review.
That's where we get into it.
Yeah. And we have a scoring system we came up with. That's weighted a little bit. Some categories more than others. So once we launch that, I'll send out an announcement on Facebook so you guys can check that stuff out. And I'll actually have one backlog for the digital signage player that I did.
Yeah, and we'll just periodically roll them out. Yeah. And we're going to keep them coming. We got stuff in the lineup, in the queue, as I like to say, for product reviews.
Yeah.
And
we got a couple of releases of stuff coming out. Like
do.
I'm going to try and get us in on the LG wallpaper, one of the first ones to ship to a customer.
I will be giddy for that. I won't be able to contain myself.
So
you'll see me just like throw things down and just walk away. I just like see it'll turn it on and it'll be like the LG logo and these blacks will be perfect. Contrast will super high. It's like, fuck you, TV, and just like walk away.
Well, what we'd really like to do, if you guys can support us through Patreon or just submitting questions, even like help.
Hey, just give us views. Let us know you're out there.
Yeah, that helps grow the brand and get us to be recognized, so we can get you these types of products.
Oh yeah.
But what I'd like to do is take all the camera equipment along with us and do it shows up at the house. We take it out of the box, show you how it mounts.
Oh my god.
What the first look looks like, calibration,
calibrate it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh,
I have Ultra HD Blu-rays too that we can play back on that.
Oh,
page.
that's gonna be good.
Oh,
It's gonna be good. So we've got the LG rep that's gonna help us with that.
What a good guy.
There's some new products from QSC
friend.
actually that I saw, which was pretty exciting.
Did you know?
They came out with a new Cardioid sub, like a dual 12-inch subwoofer. That's kind of cool.
QSC did?
Yeah.
Is it sealed?
Yeah, it's a sealed ported design.
Is it dual opposed or are they on the same face?
I'd have to tear it apart. I don't know.
So
I have a feeling they're opposed.
So you can't see the drivers; they're internally mounted,
Yeah.
and then there's a slot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, there's a slot top and bottom on it.
interesting. And then they're internally mounted.
Yeah. And also
So it's a band pass design.
yeah, it's a bandpass Cardioid subwoofer. Also found some documentation today where the QSC Core 110F supports Dante on its LAN ports.
Yeah, that's super badass.
Because Dante is part of the AES 67 spec. You can there's a whole white paper on how to set it up, so you can use it with the MXA 910s directly. So you can take the MXA 910s.
That's the Shure. Yep, the ceiling mic array.
Or even the table ones. Which ones are those? What's the part number?
Their table mic.
Yeah, the 310. I think.
Yeah,
they have a table version.
table version of that same one.
So you can take those devices to a PoE network switch. From there to this is a single RU DSP.
That's pretty sick.
And it has blocks for it. You set up the streams and you're off to the races. No breakout box required. It's one of the first ones. It's the only single RU that you can do more than a couple channels on. I'm talking to you, Crestron. You got just fix your shit.
Actually, I mean, it's basically the same thing, but Extron launched Pro DSPs, which are all Dante and
Yeah, I
VoIP
saw
and
that.
all that
That's
stuff.
the same problem,
Yeah,
though.
that too.
Yeah.
What's legit as shit for the QSC stuff that I keep running into and enjoying. I haven't had to set it up yet.
Uh-huh.
But they support like 40 VoIP lines.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
So you could have just like one Crestron, one QSC core,
Mm-hmm.
and you could do freaking like 40 rooms of VoIP, which is just stupid to me off that one LAN connection.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what's great
just for centralized audio.
because you can do the big enterprise core, bring one LAN connection in, and that can be your voice
Seriously.
distro for
Everything.
the whole building.
Yeah, then you can just go Dante into everything too, and just same LAN cable still. Dante audios, all this VoIP, freaking. Oh my god!
So
we're so skilled.
We're not going to talk about this the whole time, I promise. Because if you were completely lost, don't worry. We're going to circle back to like normal nerd stuff. Don't worry.
it's just awesome pro stuff. I want to do a QSC system. Actually, one of my design engineers had QSC loaded up today on his computer screen. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I see QSC. I'm like, that's exciting.
And QSC they're actually coming out with a new core. The Core 510, I think.
Really?
The Core 510. It's the bigger version of the 110. It's a 2RU.
Yep.
With card slots, just like the 500i.
Yeah.
So that should be kind of cool. But I'm really looking forward to their integration of PTZ cameras that basically just sit on the network
Oh yeah.
with breakout boxes for these like small conference rooms. I mean,
And once they have actual because actually I've seen the same thing from Clear One. Surprisingly, they have basically a video bridging box that is their platform.
Yeah.
So it's their platform you're subscribed to, but it's interoperable with WebEx and Skype and everything.
Yeah.
So you can download, all these services directly to their box. And that's what
okay.
QSC is supposed to be working on too.
Yeah.
It's having their single 1RU core that has built in
Everything.
Everything.
yeah, so you don't have to have the dedicated PC in the rack as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I could replace like Crestron RL systems, which are kind of difficult and ridiculous and
Yeah.
kind of terrible. Well, I don't know if they're terrible. They work okay.
Very specific situations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very specific. But like putting a real just that QSC box in there, I would freaking love.
Yeah.
Plus, they have IO and like you can do control from QSC too, can't you?
Yeah. Oh,
Super
that's
badass.
so QSC has, usually in the Pro AV, you have dedicated pieces of equipment. You have your audio processor, which is your DSP. You have your video switcher. Then you have your central control system that controls everything.
Yeah,
and then
make
your
shit
touch
happen.
panel that does everything from there. But QSC, the way they design theirs is basically it's a computer built into these single RU DSPs that can do much more than DSP. It's got 3 LAN connections, a primary, secondary, and an aux that can be whatever you tell them to be. They can use their proprietary QLAN. They can take in Dante. They can take in network streams. Like if you have a, like I was working on a project for a campus and they had internet radio on campus. I was like, oh, you send out stream on the network, I can tap into that stream
Yep.
and bring it into the core.
Yeah.
Latency is horrible. Or I can even pump out a stream so anybody with a browser can get to it.
I still think the most badass thing for QSC, the thing that they do that other people don't do,
Lua.
the probe tool.
Oh, God, yeah.
So this works over the internet.
Well, that actually came from, what's that brand? PV?
PV?
Yeah, I think it came from PV.
Really?
Yeah. Anyways, go ahead.
So basically, in the DSP, say I'm at my office and I have remote access to the LAN that this box is on. Basically, from my office to a job site, they can tell me, hey, you know what? This audio thing isn't working. And I can be like, oh, let's troubleshoot this. I can remote onto their LAN, connect to their QSC device, use the probe tool in software you can hear live audio at any point in the DSP chain.
You
So
can
they're
also insert audio at any point.
You can also insert audio. So I can go into, the input blocks and I can probe for audio and see if I have audio there. They say, oh, we don't have audio from our cable box. Check our program input. Check for audio there. Oh, it's there. You don't hear it on your output? Weird. Let me inject audio onto your output. Oh, there's now injected audio. It should be live and you don't hear it. Has to be post DSP then. There's your problem.
Check your amp volume.
Yep. So like just
Happens a lot.
there's just it's just super badass and you can hear live audio in the DSP remotely.
Yeah.
Like so badass.
And you can also
So useful.
these things are good for, they can do paging. I've got a paging system set up with these. They can store media files.
Yeah.
So you can have they can do multi-track recording. You can store music files for playback.
Ridiculous. They're badass.
You can do Lua script within these for control. They can send out Ethernet or RS-232 controls. I mean, you tell it, it'll do it. So, I mean, that's...
So as we wrap up DSP2, also cool that we can mention is Biamp launched Dante versions of all their Fortes.
Yeah, they
so
did.
no AVB, only Dante.
Yeah, so you choose between AVB or Dante.
So the only downside to this is you would no longer be able to use expansion IOs. So like an EX mod or something, or an EXIN or a Logic, the EX Logic, you wouldn't be able to daisy chain in because there's no AVB. But if you just want, like, say,
You can get multiple cores, though.
That's true. You could always just get a couple of these Dantes and then Dante them together.
Yeah.
No problem. But it's mostly because of the Shure mic array.
Yeah.
It's so huge in the industry right now that Biamp had to create new products for it.
Yeah, and you are still limited to 12 channels of AEC.
For AEC.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can... I'm sure just DSP resource-wise, you could still apply filters to the other channels as well.
Yeah.
Just not AEC blocks because you're limited to those 12 inputs.
Yeah.
But you can still do like an Uber filter on individual channels, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You're just limited because the way Biamp structures their stuff, the AEC is hardware-based chipset per input.
Yeah.
And so if you have 12 inputs, you have 12 inputs of AEC. And that's where, like, QSC differs. You could have one of these enterprise cores where it just has a Dante card in the back, nothing else. You can just take in MX8 910s from everything and then pump out QLAN out to all these rooms to an amplifier in each room that has QLAN inputs.
Yep.
And there's your audio for the room.
Done.
Yeah, done.
Ridiculous. But I mean, Biamp has, AVB. If you go with AVB models, they have AVB amplifiers. They're just expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's the general thing too. Is that's why we don't do a lot of QSC is because the cores are crazy expensive.
They're $100 more than Biamp.
Well, versus a server IO.
No,
Or against a Forte.
They're
Come on, son. I don't believe you.
one RU, they're within $100 cost.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah. AVB version to QSC, but
What about VoIP? That's with VoIP.
yeah,
So the VI. So the Tessera
VI.
Forte VI AVB. Interesting. Have you done any Crestron DSP projects yet?
yeah, we're doing one now.
You're doing one now.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you did. I remember telling you about how the fucking how processing Dante channels actually 100% kills analog inputs.
Yeah, I grilled Crestron on that.
That's when I
They
did
declined the comment.
Seriously, when I did like a little lunch and learn type thing at their office, where we went over like a little DSP class type thing, which they're gonna have training come out for it. There will be like a filtering system for it. Like you have to know DSP to get into the class. So, like for us, we have like Biamp and QSC and stuff certifications, so we'll get in no problem. But you do have to have some type of prerequisite to get in, just an understanding of DSP.
Yeah.
But they will have a DSP class, which I'm a little bit looking forward to. But yeah, on that, they had their questionnaire at the end, and they're like, what would you change? I'm like, don't kill your inputs.
Oh, yeah.
Please. Like, just don't apply AC. Just let me use the AC block somewhere else and let me pass through. Because like on Biamp server IOs, you can reassign friggin' anything anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently they are eventually going to have a server IO competitor, like a card-based DSP.
God, I love technology. So let's dig into normal tech stuff. I think everybody else is asleep.
Let's continue. We're sorry,
Wake up.
folks.
Wake up.
We get excited
I know.
about freaking expensive, crazy pro shit.
So let's talk about Razer first. They got two new products. They have what they call the Razer Power Bank, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. So it's a USB-C extended power supply for their Blade, right?
12,800 milliamp hours. Supports
not
Quick Charge 3.
Also awesome.
Dual USB. It's USB-C, dual USB-A. It'll charge.
What are those USB-As like pass-throughs?
You can
For
charge.
charging more things.
Yeah, you can charge up to
So you
3
can
devices at once.
Okay, that's kind of badass. So you can like charge your phone while also extending the battery life of your laptop.
Yep.
That's pretty sick. So that's where the Quick Charge 3.0 comes in.
Yeah. Extends.
Assuming you have a Qualcomm-based phone, so not an iPhone.
Why does it matter?
For Quick Charge 3.0? It's a Qualcomm like standard.
Understand.
Yeah.
So it extends battery life of your Razer Blade Stealth for additional 6 hours.
Which is like a standard battery life of a full laptop.
Yeah.
That's a good extension. That's
Combined
like doubling.
15 hours of runtime.
That's really crazy good.
Yeah. Also,
And it looks small too. I think their press images showed it in like a jacket pocket.
yeah, it is. Probably the size of like an external 3.5 inch
Yeah.
enclosure is about what it
seems
looks like.
Slimmer than that.
I'm sure it's a little bit slimmer, but
Yeah.
it's about the size of a 3.5 inch drive with a little bit longer. And it's also compatible with USB C powered laptops like Dell XPS 13 or Asus ZenBook.
Oh.
Did you know?
Which means it's probably also compatible with like the Pixel laptop and stuff too. Like
Yeah.
anything charges USB-C.
Yeah, but they made
look
sure
at
that they
US
didn't call out.
Yeah, look at USB-C freaking just getting the job done.
Oh, I know.
Isn't it nice to have like one connector dominating everything?
We're finally getting there.
We're getting there. I mean, besides HDMI will always exist as a connector.
Kill me now.
But yeah, it's nice to see just general, like for phones and, well, besides iPhones and for laptops and, we're getting there.
Yeah. So it is 5 inches. Well, these are approximate. 5 inches long by 3 inches wide by an inch high.
Yeah, an inch high. That's not thick at all.
No, it's about the thickness of a 3.5 inch drive.
Is it?
Just about. Anyways, and it's under a pound.
Also not bad.
I can't argue with this. I mean,
See, if anyone out there has a Razer laptop, I want to be you. 'Cause that's what's awesome is this is available and their laptops are seriously so awesome. They're so good. Like the build quality. I mean, they're a little on the pricier side, but they are so nice. I want.
well, that's the thing. If you're looking
Like
for,
look at this. Like look at this. There's a VGA connector on this piece of shit.
that's the thing is if you're looking for the quality of this, but runs
Windows?
with more gaming hardware versus
With a 1060 1060 GPU and higher resolution screen and
touch.
higher clock speeds, lower battery life, but like a freaking beast of a gorgeous laptop in that form factor.
And it looks just like a MacBook Pro, just black.
Plus, they also support, of course, the amazing product that is the Razer Core.
Oh God, that's
so you
so
can
expensive.
get home and have just one USB-C cable. Then you have wired LAN. You can have an external hard drive through the 3.0 ports and a dedicated GPU that already has in its separate 550 watt power supply. And have full just desktop graphics from this thing on top of it. I mean, it's like $500, but it's still
not
like,
including the graphics card.
but that's still something that they do. That is amazing.
And they also announced a new Razer Blade.
Yeah, well, a refresh, just an update of
Yeah,
specs.
it's the new Razer Blade 2017 version 1. A.
New. The new
New.
Razer Blade.
Yeah, because they called the one a couple of years ago the new Razer Blade.
Yeah, that's kind of what they've repeated now.
Yeah.
But there's specifically, is this the Blade or the Blade Stealth? It's a regular blade.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah,
so.
so they have the Blade Stealth is their Ultrabook, the
Yeah.
Blade, which is their 14-inch, and then the Blade Pro, which is the 17.
It's probably the Pro.
The Pro, actually, they finally upgrade. Because before with the Razer laptops, the Razer Blade actually had higher end specs than the Pro. The Pro had a larger screen size and had like the special like LCD touchpad.
Yeah, which I thought's ugly.
I thought it was kind of cool. It was just very large. The interesting thing with the
Yeah.
Pro is the touchpad is to the right of the keyboard. It's
Yeah.
not below.
Yeah, it's weird.
But it's very large. And they also had OLED buttons above it that
Yeah,
could
which
change to
weird.
different stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of awesome.
So,
But now the Pro has equal specs, so that's nice. That's all I'm saying. Done. Next.
you have a lot to say today, Sean.
Hey, these are beautiful products.
So
It's been a while. I'm sorry.
I know.
about it.
the new Razer Blade uses the new Kaby Lake processors, upgraded the RAM so it supports 2400 megahertz.
The old one was probably like 2200, so it's probably not.
Yeah, 2000.
Probably doesn't really matter, but
Not a whole lot, but it's nice to know that they're trying
Yeah.
to keep up. 4K Ultra HD option touch display
yep.
and smaller bezels.
So that to mention that 4K model isn't out yet. It launches Q2,
Yeah.
which starts April 1st and runs to like July, which
Yeah.
is now fresh in my head. I don't
There's
know why
other
I know
fun
that.
stuff coming out in quarter two.
Yeah, that's why I know. That's why I know. But the 1080p version launched already, and it did increase the price by $100.
Yeah.
But it makes sense. Actually, all the Kaby Lake processors had a $100 price jump because all the clock speeds increased by like 200 megahertz across the board.
Oh, I thought it was to pay for the encryption.
Oh, probably
licensing.
that too. Probably that too. Because if you have a Kaby Lake, then you now have Ultra HD playback on all your devices,
Yeah.
potentially.
All that hardware based encryption.
But this is what I'm. Speaking of that, right now we're on Broadwell E. What was after Broadwell before Kaby Lake? Skylake? Yeah, it's Skylake.
Yeah.
So will Skylake E also have
That is a really
registered
good,
memory?
that is a really good question. We do not know.
That would be fucking stupid if they did not.
More than likely not. You'd probably have to wait till KB Lakey.
It's so stupid.
Oh, 100% stupid, but because they're basically, I mean, they're not changing how the chipset's structured.
To go to the enthusiast?
Yeah.
Well, kinda, because they double the core count. Like it's a fully new. I guess it's the same cores in a newer architecture because they have more cache, they have more cores, they have different controllers because they have more RAM slots to fill.
Yeah.
Like it is new chips. It's just architecturally supposed to be the same.
We'll see.
Huh.
We'll keep an eye out. See what happens there.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Ooh, YouTube to remove unskippable 30-second ads. Thank God.
So everyone, if I can do a plug right here,
Go right ahead.
because I'm pro Google. If you sign up for Google Music, $7 a month, or family plan up to 5 people for $15 a month, you get Google Music, but you also get YouTube Red
Oh, nice.
included. So YouTube Red has exclusive content, but it also
Yeah.
gives you no ads on YouTube at all.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen an ad on YouTube for like 2 years. So
Nice.
good way to just never have to worry about ads on YouTube, just YouTube Red. Plus you get stuff like Buddy System from Red and Link and other exclusive shows. And just generally you get Google Music, which is awesome service, and it's competitively priced and affordable.
Yeah.
Like I'm in a family plan with it. And actually, I think I've been in a family plan with it for at least 2 years, and I've never actually paid for it. Because we do Google Surveys,
Yeah.
which is an application you just download on Android. You do a survey, it gives you Play credit, and then the Play credit just gets applied to the monthly subscription. So we just do surveys and we get everything for free.
Yeah. There you go.
Pretty nice. But if you want to get around ads, Google Play Music, which also gives you YouTube Red, which gets rid of ads completely.
Yeah.
Do it. Thanks, Google. Sponsor us.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
I know.
Ooh, this is a fun piece. Which we have a little bit of a side conversation to have about this.
Yeah, a little segue here.
Logitech.
Mm-hmm.
They have a 4K web camera.
The Brio.
Yes.
Is what it's called, right?
Does 4K 30, 1080p 60.
So the 1080p 60 matters. 4K 30 from webcam, I don't know why it exists.
We'll see.
I guess why
Well,
not?
So,
'Cause
I mean, if you want to record,
I guess, but if you look at every webcam application, like webcams are typically used for like soft codec video conferencing from your
Yeah.
laptop. So Google Hangouts is 720p 60. Skype maxes out at 1080p 15, which I wouldn't even recommend using because it's 15 frames per second. You should go 720p 60 on Skype. Like all the services like Twitch, unless you're a preferred partner, is 720p 60. Like most streaming services aren't even 1080p.
but if you have a piece of hardware that can do better, then maybe they'll push the game of these other companies that, okay, cool. Well, I mean, you can live stream YouTube 4K.
That is true in HDR.
Yeah.
But that's
Which this
typically
supports, right?
That's typically done mobilely though. Like people will be like like a lot of live streams are either by corporations, so they're using broadcast level equipment in an enclosed space, or live streams are done like out in the world. So people do it from their cell phones.
Well, yeah. So my kind of take on this is if you have a camera that is capable of 4K, then its 1080p has got to be on point.
Potentially. Yeah, because it could super sample bin pixels and bring it down to 1080p and have less compression artifacts and just a newer generation of sensor.
Yeah.
One thing that could potentially happen is once you boost resolution that high, your pixel sizes get really small and your low light performance can drop potentially depending on the sensor they're using.
Well, that's the way that they're advertising it is it compensates.
It has like a low light mode
Yeah.
specifically for that issue.
So a couple of the cool features that it has is it supports Windows Hello.
So
Which is badass.
That's facial recognition
Yeah,
to
using-
log in to your computer.
Yeah, it has IR basically built into it, which also helps it with the whole lighting situation. More likely, that's how it does it. Is it will put out IR and uses increases like the chroma of it to help kind of boost
Yeah.
the light levels that way. It just supplements.
Also connects USB-C, which is cool. Detachable cable.
Oh, that which is fantastic.
I don't know if the specs have said if it's doing hardware H.264 or H.265 encoding.
It hasn't said.
I don't think it has said that.
Yeah.
But like the 930, which is their previous flagship from Logitech, did on-camera H.264 encoding. So it took a little bit of processing power off of your CPU. So you get, probably 2% of your CPU back.
So it'd be interesting to try out and see what happens
Yeah, so a little prelude to that, we should be having...
before we get there. Let's finish going over specs, and we'll.
I mean, they're going to end up
Definitely.
hearing a lot of specs in the near future.
Yes.
Wink.
You have an adjustable field of view within the software, which is
That's kinda
interesting.
cool. Yeah.
Which I say is to help like focus it based like if you have like a bunch of stuff going on in the background, don't want people to be distracted. You can tighten in the field of view.
Especially for like a lot of streamers, like Twitch streamers, a lot of people will kind of narrow it down closer to just you.
Mhm.
So that's nice.
Yep.
As long as it's not doing it via actual digital cropping.
Yeah, and that's what I'm not sure about. And more like
Because
likely
I've
it's
seen
cropping.
because there's been people that there is a feature on laptops with webcams where they will quote unquote follow you. So from your laptop webcam, you'll move around left and right, and the camera will follow you around the image. Well, the way that it does that is it's already recording a larger image than it's showing you. It's just digitally cropped around your face.
Yep.
So really, you're just moving in a frame that you can't even see.
480p.
And your actual resolution is much lower than the actual resolution of the webcam.
Yeah.
So it's not moving anywhere. It's just cropping around you, and that crop is following you around.
Yeah, which is even more exciting for, if you have a camera or a sensor that's 4K, then you can
have
crop it down to
1080p.
1080p and it can
you
follow
have,
you around.
Yeah, you have 4 times the amount of space that it can follow you around on. But that's what we don't know is that field of view adjustment. The default field of view could be the full sensor, and then as it crops you closer, narrows the field of view, it could, digitally crop pixels off the sensor.
Yeah. So a couple quick notes: built-in dual omnidirectional mics with noise canceling, background replacement, which is kind of cool. Mm-hmm. Be good for.
Yeah, background replacement is cool because that is without a green screen.
Yep. And multiple mounting options. Tripod mount, 1/4-20 more than likely.
And then it comes with that little clip to go over the monitor.
And comes in a carrying case.
No, that's fancy.
Yeah, that's basically as much as 5-foot cable. So what my partner in crime is alluding to is we're actually going to do an unboxing of this product.
Yep. It's a little
in the near future.
hands-on, as we like to call it.
So we're going to do an unboxing, kind of first setup, and also do some side-by-side comparisons based on a couple different lighting scenarios.
Yep.
Compared to some older generation Logitech cameras.
Yep.
And we can compare using our recording camera here. That's a bit nicer.
Not fair in any way, shape, or
That's
form.
fine. But if we can compare a super nice camera to this, it gives us a benchmark along the scale.
Yeah, and we'll have something kind of lower end, more affordable to see how those compare. Or compare, your digital, your real mics versus the built-in microphones. And,
we're gonna
we'll
do
give you
all
the
types
full
of
lowdown
recording.
on it.
Yeah.
So it is available now if you want to purchase it. It is $199.
It is
the price point.
Yep.
Which is up there.
It is. It's right there with the Razer, though.
Oh, the Stargazer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like say Logitech's 930, like the previous flagship, is like
100.
It's 130.
Is it?
But the Amazon price is like 75, 80 bucks. So the MSRP is high, but the Amazon price has less than half of what this new 4K is. So it'll be an interesting kind of balance of, who is a $200 webcam marketed to, especially if the benefits of 4K don't really exist. But we'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
And that
Let
is
you
why
know.
we need you guys to help support us so we can get this stuff.
Yeah.
Because this podcast is brought to you by my bank account. We have no sponsors. We have this camera that we have was donated.
Yep.
More or less. Everything else I've purchased with my own money.
But we do it for the love right now.
We do it because
So we do it for the love so you can show us some love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we want to be able to do more. We want to be able to get into this and give you guys the content that you deserve. But if we're not getting anything back for the stuff that we're putting out, it's hard to put out a lot of stuff.
I know.
But, dreams, if we can get enough donations per month, that means that we can actually it means that you get a larger apartment when you move, so we can set up a studio there.
Yeah, that's true.
Or if we can actually rent out a studio at some point and do all types of testing, set up get a test bench and start benchmarking stuff. I mean, we can have people come in and we actually have interviews tables and just being able to afford a table right now. As you notice, our Nerds of the Round Table and we are constantly at square tables. Constantly.
We do need a round table.
We
is
do.
true.
But
That
we
is
can't
indeed
afford
true.
one. The podcast budget is tapped out. Skiing season is in.
Yeah, so we want more frequency of content and get us onto our, our A game there and get more often videos and,
We got to buy hard drives.
yeah, well,
Like, just
it
buy
up.
space to put this stuff is expensive. You guys know? You're nerds.
you're nuts, you know.
Because, like, a normal podcast, a review that we do is probably 50 gigs by the time we're done, if not more. Podcast, we're usually probably about 75 gigs.
So, badass humble brag here. We can store that shit because we have legit amounts of storage, but we always need more. Storage is finite.
Yeah, no.
It will fill up.
Yeah. And if it means that, because, I mean, eventually I'm going to run out of space in my personal server, that we're going to have to build something specific just for the podcast, and doing something dedicated, means that I'm going to have to go to rack mount storage.
And you
That
know
is
what?
not girlfriend approved.
But those will be some good podcasts. You guys will see
yeah.
those happen. We'll walk you through that journey with us.
Oh, yeah.
Join us on this journey of Nerds of the Roundtable.
Damn right.
We'll make it happen.
Because we just upgraded the server a little bit.
We did.
I took some footage of it. I'm not sure how it turned out. I was sick at the time, like deathly ill. Like I had a fever. Like it was horrid.
But speaking of upgrades, we get into this meat and potatoes here.
Here we go. So
all right. So
let's talk about GPUs real quick. Rumors.
okay.
Well,
okay.
half confirmed.
Let's base 100% confirmed. We know that.
Yeah.
So first upgrades, GPUs.
I can't believe this is on the same day.
Yeah. So coming up on Game Developers Conference, we have press conferences on the same day. Dramatically different times though. AMD has a press conference at 10:30 in the morning.
Eastern.
Is it Eastern?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll accept Eastern.
Pretty sure.
Well, I'll
Like
accept that.
99%. Check it out.
Eastern time, where they will be going over the recently launched new Ryzen CPUs and demoing the new Vega 10s, which I am going to pre-order and buy that shit instantly. Later that night,
My money.
after AMD does all of their benchmarks,
Yeah, it's like 8 or 9
all their
p.m.
stuff, 7 p.m.
Oh, is it? Okay.
7 p.m. NVIDIA is going to follow it up and announce the GTX 1080 Ti.
TI. So we'll see how Vega stacks up.
Yeah, so let's just say from general computing, if you just look at a teraflop number, Vega is above the 1080 GTX, about right where the Pascal Titan is. I think it's a little close, maybe above. It's about 12 teraflops. I think
Yeah.
the Pascal Titan is like 11.2.
Okay.
So teraflop numbers wise, it should be the fastest thing out there.
Yeah.
The GTX 1080 Ti is supposed to be between the 1080 GTX and the Titan X. So that's also going to be a huge thing for this will be price point.
Oh, yeah.
Because the 1080 Ti will be above the cost of the 1080 GTX that's out now,
Yeah.
below the price of the Pascal Titan X. But you're looking at a $600 graphics card in the 1080,
Yeah.
$1,000,
No, 1200.
$1,200
Yeah.
in the Titan X. So the 1080 Ti,
Like 900.
yeah, could be about 800.
Yeah.
That could be reasonable.
I've also seen where there's rumors that they're basically going, I think they're going to take the 1080 Ti and put it at like 650, 700-ish, and then drop the cost of everything else. The further that distance between like the RX 480 and like the 1050, stuff like that.
And they drop the price at 1070, that'd be crazy because 1070 is already crazy good for performance.
Yeah. And so that'll help distinguish them more.
Yeah.
And so we'll see more on the 28th.
I'm also curious to see if AMD keeps with what was really awesome for the Fury X line, was the built-in liquid loops. So all of them had
sick.
like a 120 millimeter liquid loop attached directly to the card.
Yeah.
And also they're also very short.
They are?
They use
Yeah,
high
they were
bandwidth
the
memory
size-
too.
Yeah,
They
it was
don't
like
have
the
as-
size of the Nano. Like
Oh.
the Fury Nano or whatever.
Yeah, it was crazy small.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping that they announce at $599. If they hit $599, I will 100% get one.
Drop that credit card.
Oh, I'll just straight up cash, bro. Make it right. But
You gotta do your tax return, man.
True. That'll pay for it.
Gotta get that money.
But right now they've been doing benchmarks of Doom.
Okay.
So difficult thing is, Doom already runs better on AMD GPUs because they're better at Vulkan and they're better at DirectX 12. But Doom runs Vulkan, which is the OpenGL, API that's equivalent to DirectX 12.
Yeah.
And generally, if you enable Vulkan on an AMD GPU versus an NVIDIA GPU, they have larger gains. But right now, they are running 4K Doom on Vulkan above 60 frames at 4K. Like getting like 70 frames at 4K, which is fucking stupid. But that's on pre-release drivers.
Oh, yeah.
Once they have full retail drivers, I'm expecting some very impressive stuff from them.
Should be a very exciting couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And so this is coming up as well.
And again, those couple weeks, February 28th is the day. Is the
Yeah.
day for those.
So
That's
what's
where I'm
that,
going to
Monday?
lose $600 on a pre-order.
What's that, Monday or Tuesday? Tuesday.
Assuming you all see this before Tuesday.
Oh, you will. Trust me. It's going to be either Sunday or Monday.
Okay, all right, we'll make it happen.
Yeah. So I think it's been 50 minutes of recording. Well, some
Bullshit.
So, well, we're catching up. We're catching
didn't
up.
get to our meat and potatoes.
I know. That's going to be part 2.
Okay,
Stick around.
so we'll pause. I was
Yeah.
actually hoping to get through this beer and do a continuity error with this beer to get my next one. I'll start off the next one with that. We'll start it off, and I'll prelude to a cool editing trick. Watch this. We'll make it happen.
We still have some in the bottom. Do you want to go ahead and get another beer while we're...
Talking shit right now.
Anyway, so I'll wrap up while you think about what you're drinking. Join us in part 2 as we dig into some recent announcements from AMD.
Specifically, Ryzen.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a debate, more or less, and we may be aligned on this. We have no idea.
We'll see.
Yeah, so some of us are conservative about it. Some of them are excited. So we'll see. There's a couple different aspects. It would be good debate.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it shouldn't be long. So
We'll get into it.
check us out on Facebook. I know I've kind of been asleep at the wheel for a while.
Yep, that's Nerds the Roundtable.
So check us out on Facebook, Nerds of the Round Table. Check us out at nerdspodcast.tech.
.tech.
You can contact us at contact@nerdspodcast.tech.
.tech.
We also have a forum on there if you don't want to type out that email address. We've had people use it and submit questions.
Yep.
If you need an answer right away before, we may work it into a podcast later on down the road. We'll reply to the email and get you an answer right away. But if we're going to put it in podcast like that week, then we'll just wait and hold off. But I'll probably email you back anyways and just say, hey, we're going to use this coming up.
It's exciting, right?
Yeah. So, check us out on YouTube, Nerds Podcast, or Nerds of the Round Table on there. Don't have any real new videos.
Catch us on Google Play Music, on iTunes. Subscribe.
iTunes. God, we're everywhere.
Are we still active on our
Funny story.
on our last
Podomatic?
Podomatic, is it still active?
Well, the account's still active because it was good for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
I haven't posted anything to it, but our score goes up and down. It's been going up, even though we haven't posted anything.
Okay.
So
Thanks, guys.
thanks.
Appreciate it.
But no one's downloading anything, so I don't know if people are just like abandoning Podomatics or our scores going up. But I don't know.
All right. But jump onto Google Play Music or iTunes.
Yeah, Patreon,
Patreon, make it happen.
dollar. And or you guys just want to like reach out, whatever. We're here
Yeah, we're cool guys. We're nice.
sometimes.
Believe me.
Or if there's
Say hi.
if there's new products out there that you guys have seen and want us to look at or talk about, shoot us a message
Or
too.
general AV questions or
anything.
tech questions, or send us our way. We'll have fun with it.
Yeah, be a good time. So join
Okay.
us next week as we dig deep into Nerds of the Roundtable.